Again, on behalf of the Baha'i Faith community of the Greater Pinellas County, I wish to welcome each and every one of you to this very wonderful gathering. And now we're here today to, of course, say prayers and to supplicate on behalf of the Baha'is in Iran. Particularly, there are 7 Baha'i leaders who have been in prison for almost a year, and as well as to remember all victims of religious oppression throughout the world. I would like to acknowledge our special guests and participants today. We have Reverend Abhi Janamanchi of the Unitarian Universalist Church in Clearwater. We have Imam Wilmore Minka Siddiqui of the St. Petersburg Islamic Center. On cello, we have Laura Smith, who just played for us from the Florida Orchestra in the Baha'i community of Hillsborough County. On flute, we're going to have Rosie Warburton from the Sound Body Healing Center in St. Petersburg. And our other readers and participants include Arash Azizi, Mateen Naruzi, Fahime Ertefai, Gilbert Hakim, Ingrid Lanier, Lisa Maxwell, and Arturo Rodell. So without further ado, we're going to begin our program.
هولا ای خداوند مهربان، بصیرت ها را روشن کن، گوش ها را شنوا نما، دلهای مرده را زنده کن، نفوس خواب را بیدار نما. خداوندا ما را از هر قیدی آزاد فرما و به جهان نامحدود خویش دلالت کن. خداوندا عنایتی فرما که تو را بشناسیم و عاشق جمال و کمال تو باشیم، جویای شمس حقیقت باشیم، از هر افقی طالع شود طالب رائحه طیبه باشیم. خداوندا ما را از عالم محدود نجات ده و به جهان نامحدود خویش رسان، تا در سبیل تو سلوک نماییم، جستجوی تو نماییم و مشاهده جمال و کمال تو کنیم. تویی بخشنده، تویی مهربان، تویی قادر و توانایی.
Oh mi Dios, une los corazones de tus siervos y revélales tu gran propósito. Puedan ellos seguir tus mandamientos y atenerse a tu ley. Ayúdales, oh Dios, en sus esfuerzos, confiéreles fuerza para servirte. Oh Dios, no los abandones a sí mismos, sino guía sus pasos con la luz de tu conocimiento y anima sus corazones con tu amor. Verdaderamente, tú eres su ayuda y su Señor.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين.
This is a prayer in German about the unity of the hearts. And you already heard it in Spanish. O mein Gott, vereinige die Herzen deiner Diener und offenbaren ihnen deine großen Absichten. Mögen sie deine Gebote befolgen und deinem Gesetz treu bleiben. Hilf ihnen, o Gott, in ihrem Bemühen und verleihe ihnen Kraft, dir zu dienen. O Gott, überlasse sie nicht sich selbst, sondern leite ihre Schritte durch das Licht der Erkenntnis und erquicke ihre Herzen durch deine Liebe. Wahrlich, du bist ihr Helfer und ihr Herr.
Good afternoon. I'm Abhi Janamanchi. I'm the senior minister at the Unitarian Universalists of Clearwater. And I bring greetings from my congregation who stand with you in solidarity as you come together not only to pray for the welfare and well-being of the 7 Baha'i leaders who have been imprisoned in Iran, but also with the prayer of hope and aspiration that they be released, as well that religious freedom be protected and celebrated not only in Iran but around the world. So with that aspiration, I invite you to join with me in prayer. God of many names, known and unknown to us, the why of 1,000,000 billion acts of love. We have prayed for so long for faith, for peace, for solace, for strength. Teach us, O God, to pray a braver prayer. Eternal Spirit, whom we have called by many names in our thanksgiving and our anguish, bless the poets and those who mourn. Give strength and hope to those who sacrifice their lives for religious freedom, and to those who stand up with courage. Grant wisdom to our leaders and the world's leaders to turn away from violence, to reconcile differences, and with our bare hands, out of full hearts, with all our intelligence, help us create the peace, both in our local communities and in the world. Spirit of deep mystery and wonder, help us to recall that we do not need all the answers to the questions of the world. We cannot heal all brokenness. That is not ours to try. And yet it is ours to begin, to take one step, touch one soul, grasp one hand when it would be easier to pass by. Give us courage, O God, to do our part even when the odds are against us. Help us to know peace in our hearts and to act from that place of peace in our lives, that we might live peace into being. Sarvesham swastirbhavatu. Sarvesham shantirbhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om Sarve Santu Sukinaha, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Brahma Krupahi Kevalam. Om Satyameva Jayate. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So be it.
O Son of Spirit, my first counsel is this: possess a pure, kindly, and radiant heart, that thine may be a sovereignty, ancient, imperishable, and everlasting.
O Son of Spirit, the best beloved of all things in my sight is justice. Turn not away therefrom, if thou desirest me, and neglect it not, that I may confide in thee. By its aid thou shalt see with thine own eyes, and not through the eyes of others, and shalt know of thine own knowledge, and not through the knowledge of thy neighbor. Ponder this in thy heart, how it behooveth thee to be. Verily, justice is my gift to thee, and the sign of my loving kindness. Set it then before thine eyes.
O children of men, know ye not why we created you all from the same dust, that no one should exalt himself over the other? Ponder at all times in your hearts how ye were created. Since we have created you all from one same substance, it is incumbent on you to be even as one soul, to walk with the same feet, eat with the same mouth, and dwell in the same land, that from your inmost being, by your deeds and actions, the signs of oneness and the essence of detachment may be made manifest. Such is my counsel to you, O concourse of light. Heed ye this counsel, that ye may obtain the fruit of holiness from tree of wondrous glory.
O Son of Man, for everything there is a sign. The sign of love is fortitude under my decree, and patience under my trials. These are the hidden words of Baha'u'llah.
Baha'is have been targets of discrimination and violence in Iran since the religion began there in the mid-19th century. More than 200 Baha'is were killed in Iran between 1978 and 98 alone. The majority by execution, and thousands more were imprisoned. Baha'is in Iran are systematically denied jobs, pensions, and the right to inherit property. More than 10,000 Baha'is have been dismissed from government and university posts since Iran's 1979 revolution. They are barred from institutions of higher education. Baha'i cemeteries and holy places have been razed, community properties seized. Elementary-aged children are bullied and chastised by their teachers as well as their fellow students. Baha'is throughout the country have been arrested and detained for various periods of time, and that continues. When things happen so far away from us, particularly when it's so far across the world, we wonder what can we do with all of the things that are going on in the world? How can I make a difference? Well, that brings me to a little story. 2 days ago, while I was driving my car, it died in motion in the fast lane on a major road here. someone came up behind me, friendly-faced gentleman, got out of his car, pushed me off the side of the road, got me to safety. Long and short of it, he stayed with me for 2.5 hours until my car was towed away. In the meantime, besides, as if that wasn't enough, he had looked under the hood, diagnosed the problem, spoken to the tow truck guy, my mechanic. I mean, it was unbelievable. I said, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, why are you doing this? And so this Texas accent said, well, it's nothing more than I'd want something to do if my wife were stuck in the same situation. So the reason I relate this story is because I did find some correlations. I was thinking about human rights and the humanity, just the basic humanity of it. Well, I cannot imagine what it's like to be imprisoned and to have my whole life taken away from me like that, away from family and friends and jobs removed. But I know in this moment, I was derailed. And I was set off kilter, and I was frightened for my life that someone would just plow into my car, that I would get killed. And in that moment, I didn't know what the future held. Similar to our friends in these Iranian prisons. So, since then, the mechanic is still talking about it. I'm still talking about it. And I don't even think about the fact that, my car had this trouble and what ensued with that. I just keep thinking about this incredible act of kindness that this man bestowed upon me. And I said, well, I'm not going to soon forget that. He certainly made a difference in my life, as we can make a difference in the lives of these others so far away from us. There are concurrent resolutions in Congress. House Resolution 171, is that 175? And Senate Resolution 71, House Resolution 175 and Senate Resolution 71, condemning the Iranian government for these human rights violations against the Baha'is. We can contact our representatives through email, phone, letters, and ask them, tell them that this is important to us and that we would like them to support these resolutions so that we can continue to put pressure on these governments through our higher levels of government and into the international community. And then to top it off, because of course we'd become pretty fast pals in 2.5 hours off the side of the road. So we exchanged contact information. Sure enough, he called me the next day to see how I made out. Unfortunately, he and his family could not be here today, but we certainly hold them in our thoughts. So I said, so did you tell your wife Betty what happened? And he goes, yeah, she knows how I am. I just wanted to close with a quote from a song. It's a favorite of mine. It's called The Change. This is just one little portion of the song lyrics. It says, this heart still believes that love and mercy still exist. As long as one heart still holds on, then hope is never really gone. I hear them saying you'll never change things. No matter what you do, it's still the same thing. But it's not the world that I am changing. I do this so the world will know it will not change me.
All the religions of the world, while they may differ in other respects, unitedly proclaim that nothing lives in this world but truth. An unjust law is itself a species of violence. Arrest for its breach is more so. Even if you are a minority of one, the truth is the truth. Gandhi.
Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Change does not roll in on the wheels of inevitability, but comes through continuous struggle. And so we must straighten our back and work for our freedom. A man can't ride you unless your back is bent. Human progress is neither automatic nor inevitable. Every step toward the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. The tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals. Martin Luther King, Jr.
If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Today, more than ever before, life must be characterized by a sense of universal responsibility, not only nation to nation and human to human, but also human to other forms of life. The Dalai Lama.
Before we close this portion of our program and head to the other room for refreshments, we're going to have another prayer, a reflection on the imprisoned Baha'is, and a presentation of the cello. So again, I would like to very much thank Reverend Janamanchi, Imam Siddiqui, Fahime Ertefai, Arturo Rodell, Sharon McCord, Laura Smith, Martina Ruzi, Arash Azizi, right? I don't want to forget anyone. Ingrid Lanier, our dear Ingrid, and Rosie Warburton. Did I miss anyone? And of course, each and every one of you for coming out on this lovely Sunday afternoon to come and join us in this wonderful remembrance. And again, I'd like to just supplicate to you to, in addition to exerting whatever efforts you have in support of those resolutions, to also keep these dear friends of ours in our prayers, our daily prayers, and to also continue one random act of kindness, just as that wonderful Texan gentleman showed up and helped Lisa, that will truly change the world. You know, we all can make a difference. We all can make a difference. Small acts of kindness. Thank you so much.
O God, thou beholdest thy lovers in Iran in the clutches of hate and enmity. I beg of thee by thy mercy, which hath preceded the contingent world, to raise up from the earth those who will be moved to aid and protect them, and to preserve their rights and the restitution due to them by those who broke thy covenant and testament, and perpetrated such acts as made the inmates of the cities of thy justice and equity to lament. Thou art verily the all-powerful, the all-knowing, the all-wise. Baha'u'llah.
Thank you so much again, Laura. I would be remiss if I didn't really extend a great deal of gratitude and appreciation to one individual who, of course, had assistance, but worked tirelessly for many hours to put this gathering together, sending out invitations, sending out press releases, making sure that there was support from the greater Baha'i community of Pinellas County. And that is our public media representative, Lisa Maxwell. Really, I will change the rule and say, let us please give her a hand for all the hard work. And now we will move into the next room for refreshments and interaction and fellowship. Thank you so much again. Thank you very much.